you put your head in there?
I can't believe he fell for that. I mean, he's for a cartoon character. I'm like, come on, man. You're like, got your ass.
I mean, he's halfway in there looking. I don't see nothing.
What you say, Mark, dummy? I'm excited to be returning to Chicago, performing at the Lincoln Lodge for the first time for my own brand of sit-down comedy. Get your tickets now by going to doubletoasterschicago.com, and I'll see you soon. The Bad Guys 2. So, the last time we left the bad guys, a heist team composed of a fox, a snake, a piranha, a shark,
a wolf.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just saw that little fine ass tail come out. I don't know my animals, man. I'm so sorry. So many to choose from here. A fox, no, a wolf.
It's an important distinction.
It very much is. I'm racist against canines, man. Look at that. They all look alike to me. We have
some of your best friends are canines, man. I suppose.
Some of my best friends are black wolves. We have a wolf, a snake, a piranha, a spider, and a shark. And they were all criminals. They were all criminals because they were very good at pulling heists. But now they've decided to go from the bad guys to the good guys. And you know what? Going straight ain't so great, Martin.
No, it kind of sucks.
Life was so much easier when the bad guys stole whatever they wanted. And now they're trying to be the good guys, and they are terrible at it.
Well, also, life is hard when you're an ex-con. Nobody wants to give you a chance.
Well, especially when you're applying at the bank that you robbed.
More than once, right?
Yeah, more than once. Like, man, come on, man.
You don't remember me? I was there.
Your poster's still on the wall back here, man. You're a bank robbing wolf.
Why you got to bring up old shit? Let's move forward.
So, but hey, they said that's not going to deter us. We know we have to try harder, but it becomes real hard when they get an opportunity that at first seems very lucrative, and then it's not a choice anymore because one of their friends is in trouble unless they are able to pull this heist off for a new character here. Kitty Cat, what a fine ass. She says, you know, I got some information on one of your crew over here, and I know y'all trying to do good, but if you don't want to stay out there, bitch, you better come over here and rob a rocket. Not just a bank. not a casino. No, the space shuttle pretty much.
Right, you got to up your game.
Yeah,
it's a sequel. You need to raise the stakes.
Exactly. But you know what? Y'all are good at what you do. We're very sure that you'll be able to pull this off. How? I don't give a Let's do it.
Yeah, you better do it. You better figure it out.
Oh, what are these now good guys going to do? Are they going to be bad guys again? I mean, the world is looking at them. They're already getting blamed for things that they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to be doing new dirt at this point. And more importantly, how does it stack up against the Bad Guys 1? Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for The Bad Guys 2. And Martin and myself talking about a couple of bad guys. Yeah. Pay attention, my man.
Yeah,
this guy. This bad dude over here. We'll have our review just for you right after this.
Imagine.
Oh, you said that. I would have threw this dog at you. I would have put my ice with your face with this dog.
It hasn't been easy with a reputation like ours.
You want to work at a bank?
Why not? Some of my best memories are at banks.
You robbed us 3 times.
3 times? And he's still like, what?
What was it 3? I don't remember it being that many.
He's like a womanizer with these banks. We had sex? Really? 3 times? Wow. Whoa.
That was this bank? All right, Mr. Master of Disguise, you're up.
I promise to play you respectfully.
Where's my flowers?
Racist as hell. About a bing, about a boom.
You're not nervous, right? Because we know what happens when you're nervous.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. Leave you in suspense right there. But as you can see from the last few minutes of this trailer, last few seconds of this trailer, rather, this is going bigger as sequels have a tendency to do. So instead of this being like a Ocean's 11 with just maybe a little dash of Tarantino put into family film with animated talking animals. This is going more like sci-fi James Bond near the end of this.
I would say it's more like The Fast and the Furious. And it had a lot of things in it that reminded me of that.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't go into space like they did right here. They did what the Fast and Furious should have been doing.
Well, I mean, they did eventually go into space.
Yeah, but no, the reason why I say that is because you're right, they were pulling heists before, so I would say they're becoming secret agents in a way now.
Yeah, and they they drive a car out of a building. They do that thing of driving the car and catching it on a crane and swinging it around. It was like a number of little things. I was like, they're Fast and Furious there.
Yeah,
except not as ridiculous as the Fast and the Furious.
But except somebody said not as cartoonish.
Yeah,
as Fast and Furious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a tad bit more realistic.
Yeah, this looks
movies.
way more grounded.
It is. It is. Fast and Furious is a way bigger cartoon than this movie. And this got talking animals in it.
You tell me no one yanks down a helicopter with their bare hand?
No, because they would say that's stupid.
Right. They're like, look, there's some limits. I mean, we'll bend physics, but we ain't gonna break it over our knee.
As Bourgeois Blue says, one's a cartoon, the other is the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But even though that this is
they told that wrong.
What's that?
One's a cartoon, the other one is the bad guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. I should. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, Mark. If you notice, I was trying to find a way to cut your ass up. I know I did this right. What did you do? You interrupted me. Come on now. You did something wrong. Shit.
Where's that bus? I hate it when you're right. All right, Ice Cube, relax.
Yeah, it's me. When Mark told me, I'm like, huh? Wait a minute. No, I was right. Oh, from the fine film War of the Worlds, just in case you didn't catch that review, go watch that. We got a roast coming up for it too. Now, back to the bad guys too. But even though this has gotten a lot bigger and it's got more stuff in it, I still love the characters because I'm gonna tell you it got a little bit too complicated for me. I think that they added so much in there. There's a little too much going on for me.
I know it's an animated cartoon, and there's a point where you're like, all right, so you gotta do what now?
Yeah,
and now we're pulling this other heist within the heist. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit back and let it play out.
Oh, yeah, people. It's one of those movies where it's heist after heist inside of a heist and going, within another heist, and it's a tad bit, just a tad bit too much for me. It's a little bit too much. Might be a little overstuffed in a way for my taste here, but I still love the characters though. Mainly Mr. Wolf. The reason why I like Mr. Wolf is because I really like the way Sam Rockwell plays him.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell plays him more straight and more cool than all the other characters, who are pretty much they're
extreme personalities.
They're cartoon characters.
Well, not so much the spider, but
but they're all cartoon characters you would expect.
Yeah.
In an animated family feature. Mm-hmm. Sam Rockwell just plays him real cool. He's kind of like the George Clooney of the group, and he plays him like that.
Yeah.
But the others are still fun too. I mean, after all, this is an animated family film, and I do like it. And I found myself liking it more than I thought I would because this is very frantic cartoon humor that I'm not a huge fan of today. Everything's exaggerated. Everybody's loud. Everything's a wild take. Everybody. You got
is that what you call it? A wild take?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they doing this, because that's what they do. You got some characters who say some things at the top of their lungs, and they point and they shake their hands, and their mouths are this big.
Yeah.
And it also has that. There's a term for it. You could call it the Steven Universe look, the Cal Lars look, whatever.
Yeah. And
it has that thing going on. None of these are really complaints. It's just not kind of my thing today. But I think the animation kind of fits that style, and that's why I liked it here. I think that it's you might feel different. I think it's chaotic without feeling out of control.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Because I think about how many animated movies we see that are chaotic to the point where they kind of break me, where I was like, okay, I'm not really with y'all. You just do your thing.
You can see that this is like clearly inspired by like, that Spider-Verse like wave that we've had, but it doesn't go as far. Like everything is in the lines and stuff. I really admire
the animation style, yeah. But I think that
because it has like some 2D and 3D stuff going on.
That's
like
what,
their eyes look 2D.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about that hybrid look. Also in the movie, they stopped the movie and actually have 2D animated parts come in.
Okay, that's
like
cool.
when they go crazy, it turns into a combination of okay, have you ever seen Teen Titans?
Oh yeah.
The
Teen Titans Go?
Teen Titans Go, where they
do the breakaways.
They do that wild
I love Teen Titans Go to the movies. I love that.
Yeah, and they do this thing where sometimes it looks like anime style. They got the speed lines behind them. They got the eyes with no pupils and their mouths are real big. And they stopped the movie to do 2D animated moments like that in here. And, it's all working because it feels like it's chaos by design instead of them losing chaos. Or losing it to chaos.
Yeah, so often with the other movies, it feels like the thinking is, if we don't do this, we'll lose the kids' attention.
Yeah, so they just get loud, and just to like, wake the kids up, or, make sure that they're still in it. But this right here, they do a lot of the wild stuff they do here. It is making sure that it goes into the humor, or they're doing really clever and funny things with it. I'll give you an example. So there's a point here. There's a subplot here where they have to go and steal. They have to go and steal a belt. They have to steal a wrestling, like a luchador wrestling belt, and the belt ends up missing. And of course, since the bad guys are there, the whole world still sees them as bad guys, and it just takes one person to say, "It's the bad guys. They did it." And that whole stadium turns on their asses. But the crowd turns into a tidal wave.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're running from this tidal wave of people, man. And the screen is just filled with stuff going on. And I never felt overwhelmed by it because I was just laughing so hard.
I love surreal stuff like that.
Yeah, and they continue to do that, man. Plus, the chaos just fits this world, man. This is a world that has no rules. You just saw this. I mean, these are humanoid animals that live, with human beings. There's no explanation for that. They just do it. You got a shark that walks on land. They don't explain why he doesn't need any water. The piranha.
That's true. They don't explain that with either of them.
Yeah. They're fish who just walk on land. They don't say anything. So many interspecies relationships that goes on here, man. They got a snake and a bird. Now, we never see little mutant babies or, interspecies babies, but everybody's hooking up.
Yeah.
You got a wolf hooking up with a fox.
Yeah. Well, snakes and birds, they both lay eggs.
There you go.
So I was like, all right, they have some kind of biological connection. They both come from or used to be dinosaurs. So that works.
See, I like the way you think logically, man. And if you don't even buy that right there, you can't argue with the sexual tension that goes on between them.
Hey, Clarence, think if you put your head in there?
I can't believe you fell for that. I mean, he was for a cartoon character. I'm like, come on, man. He like, got your ass.
I mean, he's halfway in there looking. I don't see nothing.
What you say, Mark, dummy?
Yeah, just stand right beneath that anvil. You see that? Can you move under?
And you know what? As you was saying, if you look at it, like you said, their eyes looks like their eyes turn too deep sometimes.
Yeah.
Look at that. He go act surprised. Huh? How did they get me like that?
Lockpicking is like a romance. You gotta start gentle.
Oh, sounds kind of fun.
Are we still talking about the lock?
Oh, stop. You're getting horny. Why you looking confused? What are you feeling?
I know I was.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, that's Mark Maron and Natasha Lyonne. I'm like, damn, y'all got more chemistry as a snake and a bird than some real people on screen. Right? And y'all not even in the same room. But I was like, man, y'all already. No, please. Also, it brings up the question, can humans get with animals? I was wondering because I asked because I have a friend who thinks that the kitty cat villain in here is kind of fine.
Oh, and who is his friend?
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay.
But he just wants to know.
Okay, sure. All right.
I was going to ask about that because that was the thing that I didn't like about the first movie, because I was like, what is the rules of these worlds? Like there's animals and there's people, and the animals are wearing clothes, and then there's also animals who are animals. Because the first one was about a heist of a bunch of hamsters. It's like, don't these hamsters have anything to say about this? And they don't.
No. Somebody said, brother, that's you. Yes, it's me. You know. Yeah, you know, man, listen, this cat who's played by Danielle Brooks, man, she is thick where it matters and little where you know.
She's sexy, but I don't know. I was getting a lesbian vibe from her.
I mean, isn't that how it always works out? Damn, all the fine ones, man. I always.
Yeah, doesn't that just excite him more? It's like a challenge.
Yeah. Why? Because she's a cat? No, because she's lesbian.
Kitty, you mind telling us what we're doing here?
Cutting to the chase. I like it. We're planning something big.
She is kind of butch.
They wearing that Vin Diesel tank top and everything.
Got her legs all over there, but I don't know. There's something, man. She's just fine. Watch when she get up.
The problem is too big for the three of us. One last job. What you say?
Oh, something sexy about it. I like that.
Scary. It was like someone hunched over.
Actually, all joking aside, that character is very well animated.
Oh yeah, very.
Yeah, Danielle Brooks does enough attitude. And somebody said, Corey, you weird. Yeah, we know. But she puts enough attitude into her voice work that, man, she gave the animators gold to work with right there. I don't know. What are you thinking about this so far, man?
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. You come to a sequel for a movie you really liked, and I'm often like, I don't need a sequel. Don't do that. But it's respectful. You know, the characters are all consistent. And even though they've added a bunch of characters, everybody gets a spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, it's not one of those sequels. Because sometimes they'll do a sequel and you could tell they just wanted to make it because they'll have a character on a side quest because like you didn't know what to do with them. But everybody has a little bit of something. And it opens with a heist where at first I was like, all right, it's a flashback, and I was like, all right, I don't know what this had to do with anything. But then later it comes into play of like, okay. Yeah. You guys think these things out. It does get a little bit to where I was like, I'm getting kind of lost, but I know like it's a cartoon. It's going to come back together.
Yeah, there's this whole thing about wanting to pull this heist to get all the gold on Earth. So that, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
and yeah, I again, a little overwhelming for me. But a couple of things. Again, if you're gonna go big, and I think they did it because it makes some really cool imagery in the movie. At that point of the movie, I'm not gonna lie, man. I just kind of checked out as far as the story goes.
Because once they start going into space, you see like when they were adhering to physics somewhat, and you would see it even in the clip you show when they're on the side of the rocket going into space. Even when they were covered in ice, you're like, all right, so we're just going to pretend like physics don't exist. Yeah. And they say, not only are we going to pretend they don't exist, we're going to, from this point forward, it's like they never existed.
Yeah.
And you either go with it or you don't. It's like, like you said, they do some really cool visuals with it. So you're like, okay.
Yeah, you almost, to go back to what you said, you almost have to look at it like the Fast and the Furious, where again, I'm not even joking. Fast and Furious is sillier because these are
cartoon animals.
Cartoon animals here. But they put on some scenes here, some scenes that are huge set piece action sequences that, in their own animated way, rival stuff that you see in the Fast and Furious. Like when they go into space, that stuff is actually pretty well done.
All right, here we go. First time for everything, right?
Go.
The other thing that works, if we're going to pick on the Fast and the Furious, is that the Fast and the Furious takes itself so seriously. Mm-hmm. This is done with a sense of humor.
Yeah,
it's done for laughs. They know it's ridiculous, so it feels like there's actual writing going in with the humor here, and a lot of work going into coordinating the scene. Yeah, man, I like the first one better, man. It's simpler, but I would say this is almost on par. I'm not complaining really. I had a lot of fun with this, and I I was laughing at a lot of things and at least chuckling through most of the movie.
Mhm.
So I would give this a high matinee. I had a lot of fun with it. I was just almost right there with the first one. I think they did a great job with this.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love the first one, and I'm sure I gave it a full price. And this one is more of a high matinee. But they let's say they're true to the characters, and they have some running gags that I thought I would get tired of, and I didn't. One being the shark being a master of disguise. That's the kind of thing I thought this will get old, but they kept coming up with different ways. I was like, this is still working for me.
Yeah, and the whole thing about him freaking out, panicking. Craig Robinson does the voice, by the way.
He's amazing.
He's actually really good in this. And I almost forgot that was him. I could do without a fart joke in a movie, but I will give the movie credit here. Not only did they do it, but they committed to it.
Yes, they did.
They did a whole action sequence around a fart.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. What? No. Help me. Stay with me, Buffalo. Stay with me.
So I was like, hey, if y'all gonna take it this far, I'm on board. I'm with it. Or would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon, where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.